We're all gonna die! Today we're gonna talk about a topic that is often avoided, but it is in reality something we can't escape. Death. While it's a natural part of life, the thought of death can be anxiety-provoking. Man, it leads to fears of worries and stress and anxiety. In this video, we will discuss how to deal with the anxiety and fears that come with the thought of death, whether it's to someone else, whether it's someone else dying, or ourselves, to help you live in the present moment. So sit back, relax, let's get started. Before we dive into this, it's important to understand just death. I'm not talking about like the Grim Reaper death. Have you ever seen Bill and Ted's Adventure? Death? I think of him whenever I hear the word death for some reason. Anyway, death is a natural part of life. Isn't that weird? Death is part of life. Wow! It is something that everyone is going to experience. It is universal. It connects us all. While it is inevitable, the timing and circumstances are just unknown. This is why we feel anxiety. It's the uncertainty that often leads to this. However, understanding death can help us come to terms with it. Death can be viewed as a natural, peaceful process. But yeah, man, it's easy just to say, accept it. But it is a scary thing. But the problem is, if we're always worried about death, then we're not currently living. Isn't that the point of not dying? Is to live? But it is understandable to have these fears, because what's on the other side? How will I die? Will it hurt? Will my loved ones be taken care of? Will one of them die? There's so many answers that we just don't know. So we focus on what we have control over. One of the best ways I've found to accept death is to accept that we simply don't know anything. We don't. We don't have a time machine. We don't know how it's going to happen. We also don't know what it's going to be like after this life. I'm a pretty religious guy, I'm just gonna say. Yet, what I believe is still based on a complete guess. It's a guess through faith, just like everyone else's belief. Doesn't matter what religion it is, doesn't matter if you don't have a religion. It's still a guess at the end of the day. One treatment that works well is called exposure and response prevention. ERP involves exposing ourselves to a situation and preventing ourselves from doing a safety behavior or compulsion. When it comes to death, we actually expose ourselves to the thought of death, anything related to it, whether it's writing down this word over and over and over and over and over again, going to funeral homes on purpose, watching videos of funerals, creating your own obituary. We're exposing ourselves to all these just weird things about death, and we're gonna respond to them completely different. We may even do things that just seem way over the top. I've worked with people where we've created their obituaries. What do you want your obituary to say? They've given a talk at their own funeral. We've gone to graveyards and they've sat down like this under somebody's headstone and we photoshopped their name on it. Seems weird, right? Seems over the top. But how can we teach the brain that I don't care? Stop it. If I can't get my brain to stop thinking about death, it's going to be thinking about death. I'm going to feel lots of anxiety. I've involved family members in this. They pretend to have a funeral for the person. Oh, it seems weird. I could write stories of how I die, but it's all still a guess at the end of the day, like I said. But how can I act like I don't care? Do I smile? Do I say I love the thoughts? I'm excited to die someday. This is going to be a lifetime event, once in a lifetime. Oh my goodness. We only get to have it once. When we have this nonchalant attitude about it, it really does teach the brain something different. It's like, I'm willing to accept the uncertainty, whatever it is. Because if you're not trying to figure this out, I need to stop sending these signals your way. But if we can find the core fear, that is the best thing to do exposures with. Is it really about death? Or is it my eternal salvation? Is it heaven? Is it hell? Is it not being with my family? I don't care what happens after this life. It's not being with my family. Will my kids be taken care of? Will it hurt if I die? Gotta figure out what is the actual core. Dealing with the anxiety, man, this can be so challenging. But it doesn't have to be all doom and gloom. We make it a fun experience. We create exposures that are fun. Maybe I create a rap song of my life. Is this what rappers do? Creating a rap song. I'm gonna play it for people. This is my life. Play it at my funeral. I don't know. Something fun that causes anxiety that we're choosing to just be like, I don't care. I don't care. Ultimately, what we want to do is just continue living life despite the fears. Do things that remind us of the beauty. This can include spending time with our loved ones, traveling, trying new things, simply enjoying a nice meal. We're not living life to die. Doing things that make us live Doing things that make us happy can help us live in the present moment. Can we use humor with these exposures? Absolutely. We need to see the lighter side of life. It makes us feel more comfortable and connected with others. After I die, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna haunt you for eating my ice cream. I just said that I'm gonna die. I'm not feeling anxiety. That's how we know this stuff's working. Uncertainty is part of life. When it comes to death, it's one of the biggest sources of anxiety and fear. But that's really what this is all about. I have to accept uncertainty by not giving into the thoughts, the fears, trying to problem solve. And I'm gonna keep living the life I want to live right now. Because the future is unknown, but what I do know is right now I'm making this video. That's what I'm doing. That's important. When there is a question of uncertainty, in any aspect, not even death, how can we remind ourselves, I'm not going there? Maybe it's a maybe, maybe not statement. Those are the magic words. Hey, thanks for the thought today. I guess anything's possible. Hey, cool brain. Thanks for that. Love these thoughts. You know, I'll figure it out when the time comes. While we cannot escape death, we can escape feeling anxiety and fear about it. Don't wait for these fears to go away to start living. Live now. If you found this video helpful, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Because man, we're going over a lot of awesome stuff coming up. Let me know down in the comments, what part of death are you most scared of? Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.